Hi guys, welcome to Cognitive Hub Talent Tutorials. In the previous lecture, I have explained you about what is the talent syllabus and what are the different types of modules that are present in talent, and a few tips related to how to crack the talent certification exam and all. So in this video, what I am going to explain about is what are the questions that I remember personally. I'm not sure whether these are the exact questions that I got in my exam or not, but as of my remember, I found that these 30 questions are the questions that came into examination, as well as these are few of the questions which are very important to analyze. As I already said, the questions are little bit tricky, and you need to identify what are the each and every concept that are present in the talent studio. So I hope if you go through these 30 questions, you will be having one idea. Okay, this is how we need to prepare for the exam. You will be getting that type of idea after have a look on this particular 30 questions. So without wasting any time, let's dive into the topic. So the first question is what is meant by dynamic data types. This is the common question that everyone will get, I hope, because this is one of the very important questions that everyone will use it. So what it means is, normally what happens is, in Talent Studio, we are if you click on this TDP input component, we are having some schema here. In the edit schema, we are having some ID, name, salary. So what happened is, suppose if you don't know what is the schema of that particular input file or input table, so what it is doing is, so instead of creating ID, name, salary, you can remove it and you can create something like as you can name something like as file, and the DB file is okay, here it is not possible, but what I can mention here is okay, here T file output delimited is there in the edit schema. If you can remove this, and if you click a new one, file, and the type is something known as dynamic. So what is meant by dynamic here means, so suppose if the input file schema I don't know, but I want to include that file to look up to this particular tmap. So how can I do that? Means I don't know the schema, but I want to use that. So if you don't know the schema, but if you want to assign that table to some other, if you want to use the table in a file in job, then you will be using the dynamic data type as a schema of that particular complete file. That means what it will do is, it will automatically take the schema as, if you mention the schema data type as dynamic, then it will automatically take the schema as ID as integer, name as the string, and salary as integer. So by default it will take that type of things. So simply what we can say is, dynamic data type is nothing but we cannot mention, it is not like without mentioning any schema, it will take the schema of the file. Simply we can say that is what dynamic data type. And then second one is how to create a joblet. So we can create two joblet in two ways. One is directly you can drag and drop that particular joblet to studio designer tab, or else you can click on it, and you can also create joblet from palette also. So like in that way you are going to create a joblet. Like let me show you. So here we are having a joblet tabs also. Here we are not having any joblet, but if you have any joblet, just like how we will use trun job, just like you can also use joblet as well. And another way is, you can use the joblet as a search here. So if you use this, you will be getting this. Okay, you need to search here, it is not coming. Another way is, you can directly take it from designer as well, or else you can also create the joblet by using by selecting all the components, and you can also right click on it and then refactor to joblet. Then it will automatically create joblet here. So it will ask for all the configurations and all. So this is what the joblet will do. Like this is what, in this way you will create a joblet. So this is one of the questions. And how will you connect two master jobs? So two master jobs means to master job is nothing but T run job and under T run job. You can connect by using either on sub job okay or some other things. So this is one of the question. And how do you create a reference project? So these are there are few questions which are coming from the old syllabus, like there are 5 concepts which are present in the old syllabus, but while going to exam I haven't prepared for that, but unfortunately I got 80% of that exam, and for the rest of the questions are based upon this old syllabus only. I am not able to answer those questions because those are related to some memory run as well as reference projects and all. I am not able to answer those questions. So just for your information, I mentioned these questions, like you might get few questions from the old syllabus as well. And the solution for this is one is using tag and another one is using project properties in your file. And another one is, this is one of the scenario based question. What they are asking is, there are 3 sub jobs, so 2 jobs should execute at the same time and the third sub job should execute after the execution of 2 former sub jobs. How would you go about it? So as I already explained about it, in the previous syllabus video, like we are having few components such as the parallelization concepts. So what parallelization will do is, it will divide these jobs into splits and then it will execute and then combine it and then give the output, so which will be done in very quick time. So but it is showing here is we need to execute the 2 jobs at the same time. That means we have one component known as T synchronized component. So by using T synchronized component, if you use that, then we need to connect the T synchronized component to the 2 sub jobs which you want to execute at the same time, and you need to execute you need to do parallels for this third components. So you need to have an idea on T synchronous as well as T parallels component in order to have in order to answer this question. And T synchronous is to execute the simultaneous operations at the same if T parallels component is used to execute the same execute the parallel components, parallel subjobs at the same time, and T synchronous component will be used to execute one at a time. Synchronization is nothing but after one another, and parallelization is nothing but all will get executed at a time. That is what. So 2 jobs should execute at the same time means T parallelize, and third job should execute after means T synchronize. So this is the answer for it. And how many startable components can be there in a job? So normally every people will answer it as only one startable component, but what happens is, there will be one startable component if you have one subjob, but if you have multiple subjobs, then you will be having a multiple startable components. That is the answer for it. It's a multiple option questions, you need to select it carefully. And component that trigger a warning error message is that's a T1. And if you want to die some execution, then you can use the T die. And one more thing is a question on changing a string to uppercase. That means in TMAP we have some of the concepts, like suppose, let me show you. We have a lot of functions in TMAP. Let me show you how you will do that. So here if we have name as a string, so if you want to convert this name to string, how you can suppose if I want to convert the name to uppercase, so how I can do that is, here I am having few functions here, string handling functions. Here I am having uppercase and lowercase letters. I am using upper here, uppercase here. So if I click on that, click on that, instead of hello I am just making it as that's it. This is the syntax for converting a normal thing to string, like uppercase. This is the syntax for uppercase. So what I mean to say is, you need to have a clear picture on what are the several functions that are present in TMAP and all. You need to have a look on that as well. And then how would you update the version of a job? There are mainly 2 types of things how you can update the job. So one way is, let me show you. If you consider the if condition example, the current version is 0.1, but if you want to update to another version, you can click on edit properties and then click on small m means small version change, capital M means you will be getting 1 instead of 1 in the left hand, and small m means the change will be happen on the right side. So here I change the version to 0.2 and I am clicking OK. So this is one type of change, and another type of change is also you can do by creating open another version. So this is how you can create a versions. That means there are two ways of creating a versions. And after a breakpoint occurs, what option would you select to resume execution? So this is all you can learn about my breakpoint, my handling errors. I have explained you about like handling errors concept and all in my video lectures. I have explained you about how to use the breakpoint and all. So they are asking how you can resume execution, means you just click. I am not sure about that buttons. Currently I am not remember about that, but you need to you need to remember what are the buttons that are present under the breakpoint execution, like execute, pause execution, and resume execution and all. And a simple question like what does L stands in ETL? That means ETL is nothing but extract, transform, and load. L stands for load. And how many lookups can there be in tmap? So what they are asking is how many lookups are there in tmap? So they are asking like here I am using only one lookup, but you can have many lookups. So that means you can have only one main as input but different lookups as output. Similarly, and how many reject tables? There are only one reject tables. We are any number of joins you can do, but in the output you will be having only one reject table from the one inner join that you have did. And another question is how do you specify which row as main and which row as lookup? For the row as main, you will be having the name as main in brackets, but in the lookup you will be having the name as lookup. And where to run if condition specified? So if condition specified means you will be having this option, run if conditions will be present. If you right click this particular option in trigger, you will be having on subjob okay, on subjob error, and run if. So this is how the run if condition will be assigned. I already explained in the previous lecture about the if conditions and all. If you are not sure about it, then please go to that lecture and please watch it. And another question is what are the ways to place the components? One is directly you can drag and drop from the palette, or else you can directly click on like designer and you can write the components. I already explained about this in my initial videos. And in tmap editor, what will be found on the left side? So if you go to the tmap, what you will be having on the left side? In the left side you will be having all the input components. In the output, all the output components will be present on the right side. And one more question they might ask is what is the below side? What you are saying, you are able to see the the schema of this all the tables. And then they might ask you some other questions like what are the different types of join models you might have? One is inner join and another one is left outer join. And what are the different types of match models that you have? One is unique match, first match, all matches, and all rows. So what it means is, suppose if you are doing a matching on ID, so suppose if you are having two records with ID as 145 145, so if you mention all rows, then it will give all rows, and if it is all matches, then it will give all the records which matches that particular ID. That means two records will be found with the 145 as ID. If it is unique match, then you will be getting only one record as ID, like only 145 will be coming. So that is what it means. Sometimes they might ask you about what are the different types of join model and different types of match model as well. And then these are few important topics that you need to identify in a tmap. And the left side is all the input components you will be found in the left side. What is the use of shared or remote repository? As I already explained while explaining the syllabus of Talend, the main usage is it will avoid like conflicts as well as duplication, and allows collaboration with multiple people. And if suppose this is one of the scenario based question, there was an inner join example using tmap, something like the following, like the source is Andrew and Simon and lookup is Andrew and Ian and Stephen Williams. So what happens if the Andrew is moved to output? So what it happens is there is only one match with the source and lookup. So what you will be expecting as output? Normally you will expect the output as Andrew, but the output is not Andrew. The output is null because there is no matching record here. In T map, the inner join is case sensitive. That means here the A is small letter but A is capital letter here. So it won't match with anything. So it will show error. At what point of execution variables value assigned at each context gets assigned. Whenever you change the context variables in while executing, it will change the context variables while runtime. If you are working collaboratively on the job you want work as shows a log symbol, what does it mean? That means you are working on remote working means what it means is if someone is already working on that particular project, particular job, then it will show some log sign and it will show the description as logged by some other some person. So you cannot able to write it but you can able to read it. That is what it will show. So, and functions of header parameter in T file input delimited. As I already explained about, you need to have a good idea on the each and every component. Here I have mentioned only T file input component, but normally you need to have a good idea on what are the contents that are present in T file input XML and XML components and JSON components, database components and all. And similarly, when you drag the DB connection metadata, what are the components that you can choose in the designer? So like what are the different types of components that you will be getting if you drag and drop the data from metadata to designer. That like suppose if the options are like T MySQL connection, TDB input, table create, T batch group. So the output will be like T MySQL connection and TDB input. So which relates to database, it will all show the result. Like the output, it will show the all the necessary matchings. And what you need to change to run your job remotely means, as I already said, you need to change some modifications in the run tab in target execution section. And what service to run if your job needs to execute remotely means you need to install one job server in your system. That is what it is asking. And what are the different types of features of data integration? I already explained in my first video of my lecture, like data consolidation and data synchronization and all. And what are the options available on action on table, option in TDB output insert. So what it means is, what it is asking is, so they are asking about what are the actions on data and actions on table. Do not confuse on those two. So the different types of options are drop and create table if not exist and all. But here in the action on data, insert or update and all. So these are few things you need to remember. And what is the use of generic input on joblet means, like these are all comes under the joblet. If you have a good idea on joblet, you will be you know what is meant by generic output and generic input and generic output. And you are using, another question is, you are using two T-run job components in your job. If you want to override the context variables of one job, then how will you do that? That means if you are having some master context variables as well as child context variables, and while running you want to change the child context variables to master context variables. So how can you do that? Means there is some option known as, if you are doing with the run job components, then there is some option known as transmit context variables as whole. There is some field like that, then you need to enable that, like transmit whole context variables, like transmit context variables as a whole. There is some option like that. If you enable that, then you are all the child context variables will be replaced by master context variables. So this is how you can able to answer those questions. Like as I already said, these are just the basic preliminary questions that I remembered, and I am not sure whether these are the exact questions or not. Please don't blame me. And if you, I hope you got some idea about how to prepare and all. Like this, they won't ask you about any direct questions. They will ask you about some tricky questions, and they will ask you some scenario questions. Here I mentioned only 2 scenario questions, but normally they will ask nearly 10 to 15 scenario based questions, and most probably they will ask you about the multiple choice with the scenario based questions, and that is one thing you need to careful about it. And as I already said, just keep concentrating on complete components and each and every option that is available under each component, and what are the different options that you have under join models and match models, as well as action on table, action on data, and like that. And as I already mentioned, there are few syllabus, like a few modules which are from the old syllabus as well, but I haven't remembered those. So if you go through any official talent certification syllabus, then you will be getting all those syllabus modules and all. So if you purchase it for talent certification course, then it is good to have. And I think there is no data for old syllabus in the talent certification course, because when I was preparing for the talent certification, I didn't have those materials in official talent certification course. That is why I am saying. So this is all about the memory based questions related to talent certification, and this is how you need to prepare for talent certification. And wish you all the best for to crack the exam. And as I already mentioned, I have mentioned my LinkedIn in LinkedIn link on my description. And if you have any doubts related to talent certification, please do comment on this video, and please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you.